Hello, you join me for the first in a series of videos where I'm going to be taking something of an epic road trip all the way to Scotland, northern Scotland in fact, to take on the famous North Coast 500, which is 500 miles around the very top of Scotland, some of the best driving roads in the country. Joining me on this journey will be the 2020 Honda Civic Type-R GT you see here. Okay, now on the way I'm going to be road testing this as well. I'll do a separate review for it afterwards, but I'm looking forward to getting out there, seeing what this car's like to live with on something that's going to be probably 1,600 miles all in, what it's like to live with on a daily basis, how it tackles the different types of road. Okay, let's go. So I thought I'd quickly talk through some of the stuff that I'm taking from an electronics point of view mainly, give you a bit of background information into the kind of equipment that I use to make these videos. So first off, I've got 3 GoPros, various generations. I've got a 5, a 7 and an 8 that I've collected over the years, and that's what I use predominantly for the sort of action shots, onboard footage, that sort of thing. I have a DJI Osmo, Pocket Osmo rather, which is a fantastic little 4K camera. It's on a gimbal, if you can see that, and fits in your pocket, and it works really well. Just put it in your pocket, carry it around, it's always there, it's always to hand. Handy bit of kit. On the photography front, I've got a Canon 6D with the 24 to 105mm f4 L series lens, which is brilliant. I'll be using that quite a lot while we're away. Microsoft Surface, okay, for editing, although it's knocking on a bit now. I'm not too sure whether it's going to be up for the job of doing sort of 4K video editing while I'm away, but we'll find out. If not, I need to do it all when I get back, which will be a rather daunting prospect. Headphones, can't go anywhere without headphones. Speaker, and what I've got here is a drone. So this is the DJI Mavic Air 2. Given that I'm going to be in the Scottish Highlands, I'm really looking forward to getting some fantastic aerial footage with this. Kindle, going to need something to read in the evening. My North Coast 500 guide, pocket guide, more reading. Helicopter dynamics made simple, apparently. As some of you may know, I'm learning to fly a helicopter, so that's some light bedtime reading. And I've got this old school, right? Not digital, old school. This is a map, paper map, clearly, showing the North Coast 500 route. I'll open it up here. He says. Okay, so there's the whole route from start to finish. I just find it's quite nice to be able to look at something physical in an evening with a beer, planning your next day's route. Okay, so there you have it. That's what I'm taking on the trip. One more thing, I nearly forgot to include the video camera that I was actually shooting the video with. Now this is my default camera for that sort of shot, so obviously I'm taking that. It's a Sony 4K video. I've got the Rode wireless mic transmitter on top. For anyone who's particularly interested in the model, it's the FDR AX33. Very good camera, can't fault it. Like I say, it's my default camera for static shots, so that's definitely coming with me. Okay, so we're all packed up and ready to go. I've got a very dull drive ahead of me, mostly motorway. My destination for tonight is Carlisle, which is just below the Scottish border with England. It's going to be about 4.5–5 hours of drive, mostly motorway, very few fun roads. But what I'll do later is I'll check in and give you my first impressions on the car, see how it fared with the journey today. Following that, what I'm going to have is a video from each day. It will be diarised. It's going to take about a week to do this trip, so there'll be a video each day and I'll show you the highlights from each day, plus give you updates on how I'm getting on with this car. Alright, speak to you in a bit. Hello, you join me in Carlisle. So as expected, fairly dull drive up last night. Got up about 10:30, something like that by the time that I checked in. Sort of 5 hours, 4.5 hours. Yeah, unremarkable drive really, apart from 2 teenage kids in a VW Beetle who were determined to try and go me into a race on the motorway. I guess that's what happens when you put loads of spoilers all over a car. It attracts a certain type maybe. Anyway, they were unsuccessful, so we got here 10:30, listened to an entire series of Blackadder. Like I say, rather unremarkable drive, didn't really challenge the car at all. You know, how would it? I'm not too sure about the infotainment screen, I've got to say. You've got a number of it's all touch screen. You've got quite a few buttons on there, and when you're not familiar with it, and some of the buttons are quite small, it means taking your eyes away from the road to look what you're pressing. I'm not sure that's a great idea. Anyway, we'll see how we get on as I get more familiar with the car. Anyway, today I've got about another 5 hours to get up to Inverness. The roads will start getting a bit more interesting once we get north of Edinburgh in towards the Cairngorm National Park. So looking forward to that. Might actually get some footage so you can see the car in action. But yeah, we're going to roll into Inverness tonight, and then tomorrow is the start of the North Coast 500 proper. Okay, catch you later. Quick stop at the border for the obligatory picture next to the Welcome to Scotland sign, and I feel I should probably explain my attire, which is the same as yesterday. It seems that in the age of COVID, the hotel didn't want to provide any irons or ironing boards, which I guess is fair enough to try and ease a transmission of the virus. However, I'll apologise in advance, because if that continues, I'm going to look really scruffy by the end of the week. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So here we are. I've got about 20 miles to go to our destination tonight in Inverness. I'm at the Cairngorm National Park at the moment, which sits south of Inverness. It's a beautiful piece of countryside. We've done 5 hours driving today, around 240 miles, so that's plenty. Tomorrow, the North Coast 500 route starts properly, and that's when we go north out of Inverness and we head towards John O'Groats, which is the destination for tomorrow night. Okay, so I'll catch up with them, but in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll set up some cameras and grab some of the footage of the scenery for you as we head into Inverness. Okay, see you tomorrow.